111-year-old abandoned alien ship bought at auction. The transformation is unbelievable. But the true spectacle was on the stage. A strange object hovered under a translucent containment dome, pulsing faintly with colors that shifted like liquid glass. It was the ship, the 111-year-old abandoned alien vessel that had sparked rumors for decades. Stories about the ship were wild. Some said it had been found drifting near a dead star, powered by energy that human scientists couldn't even measure. Others whispered it carried an alien consciousness. And yet, despite all this, nobody had been able to get close for over a century. It had mysteriously disappeared from records, only to reappear for this auction. Among the crowd was Liam Cortez, a man in his early 30s. His clothes weren't the usual black tuxedo of billionaires. He wore a simple dark jacket and jeans, blending in just enough. He was a tech entrepreneur, not a collector. But Liam had spent his life chasing mysteries, discovering forgotten technologies, and seeing potential where others saw junk. He stared at the ship, his eyes tracing the jagged marks on its hull. It looked damaged, abandoned, weak. But Liam felt something inside him tug, a recognition. Something about the ship seemed familiar, almost alive. A murmur rippled through the room. Other bidders whispered nervously. "Dead tech," someone said. "Ancient. Worthless." Liam shook his head. He didn't believe them. The way the ship pulsed in slow, deliberate rhythms, it reminded him of something organic, something aware. It wasn't just a machine. It was sentient, waiting for someone brave or foolish enough to claim it. The auctioneer's voice rang through the hall, amplified to a near shout. "Ladies and gentlemen, we present an artifact of immense rarity. 111 years old, alien in origin, and for the first time in over a century, available to you." Bidding started cautiously. Millions. Tens of millions. The room's tension grew, the air thick with anticipation. Liam's heart raced. He had calculated the risks, and this ship could change everything. If he succeeded, he wouldn't just own a relic. He would unlock technology that humans weren't ready for. When the bidding hit $500 million, Liam's finger hovered over his paddle. He hesitated. He wasn't reckless. But then he noticed the ship's glow intensifying slightly, as if responding to his presence. His pulse quickened. He raised his paddle. And then the real game began. Other bidders noticed him. Their eyes narrowed. The gavel clicked. The numbers climbed. A billionaire from Mars Station 7 raised the price. Liam countered. Another gesture, and he was locked in a duel of wits and wallets. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the gavel fell. The auctioneer's voice thundered. "Sold to Mr. Liam Cortez for 800 million credits." The room erupted. Some cheered. Others groaned. Liam felt a rush of triumph, but it was mixed with unease. The ship seemed to pulse faster, almost excited. Transporting the vessel to his private hangar was the next challenge. Liam had arranged for a specialized team and AI drones to guide the ship. But the moment humans approached the docking bay, the ship resisted. Its hull shimmered, reflecting the environment in strange, impossible angles. Docking clamps failed. Sensors flared. "Liam," warned Echo, his AI assistant, "the ship is rejecting all attempts to interface. It may contain defensive measures unknown to us." "Then we need to approach it differently," Liam replied, his eyes never leaving the vessel. "I think it's alive. I think it's waiting for me." Echo hesitated. "Liam, life forms of this magnitude, sentient spacecraft, are dangerous. You could be putting yourself at risk." "I already am," Liam said quietly, and he was right. There was a thrill in facing the unknown, in stepping where no one dared. The first night in the hangar was quiet, almost peaceful. Liam stood alone before the ship, studying its hull. Its colors flowed like liquid, and soft hums resonated through the floor. Then, unexpectedly, a hatch opened on the ship by itself. Liam froze. A thin, dark mist poured out, coiling in the air like living smoke. It moved with intention, curling and twisting toward him. Liam raised his hands cautiously, not in fear but in curiosity. The mist formed shapes, alien patterns that bent light in unnatural ways, symbols that seemed to communicate without sound. It was beautiful and terrifying. Liam realized he was not just observing. The ship was interacting with him, responding to his presence. The hum grew louder, vibrations ran up his legs, his AI echoes sensors flared warnings. Liam, the ship is emitting energy readings beyond known science. It may be dangerous. But Liam didn't step back. He felt drawn to the mist as though some part of him understood its language. Then, in a motion almost too fast to see, the mist shot toward his chest. Liam braced himself, but it didn't harm him. It wrapped around his shoulders, faintly warm like an embrace. Then came the voice inside his head, calm but alien, not threatening, yet impossible to ignore. "You are chosen." Liam staggered back, overwhelmed but not frightened. He whispered, "Chosen for what?" No answer, only the ship's hum. Over the next hours, Liam explored the ship cautiously. Every surface shifted under his touch. Metal became soft, flexible, almost organic. Panels rearranged themselves. Screens appeared out of nowhere, displaying alien constellations and star maps. The ship wasn't broken. It was hibernating, waiting for someone who could understand it. Liam realized something even more astonishing. The ship wasn't just a vessel. It was a gateway, a combination of alien technology and intelligence, capable of transforming itself, and potentially its pilot. But even as he marveled, Liam didn't notice the shadow outside the hangar. Someone had been watching the auction, tracking the transport, and now the ship's activation had alerted a dangerous observer. They would come for him, and they wouldn't ask politely. Liam didn't sleep that night. He didn't eat. He simply stared at the ship, feeling it watch him back, learning him, testing him. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, the first changes began on his own body. Tiny shifts in reflexes, vision, perception, subtle yet unmistakable. He was no longer just a human in the presence of alien tech. He was becoming something else, and the universe was about to notice. The first light of Earth's orbit shimmered across the hangar, reflecting off the pulsating hull of the alien ship. Liam had barely slept. His mind raced, replaying the night's events over and over. The mist, the voice in his head, the way the ship had reacted to him. It was all too strange, yet undeniable. Echo hovered nearby, its sensors scanning the ship. "Liam," it said cautiously, "the ship is not inert. It is alive in ways beyond human comprehension. Approaching it directly may be dangerous." "I know," Liam replied, his eyes fixed on the ship. "But I need to understand it. I need to see what it wants." The ship's hum grew stronger, vibrating through the floor and into his bones. It pulsed rhythmically, almost like a heartbeat, an alien heartbeat but somehow familiar. Liam stepped closer. The mist emerged again, coiling around him, wrapping his arms and legs like a living garment. It was warm, almost comforting, yet charged with energy. He felt a tingle across his skin, faint at first, then spreading to every nerve. His heart raced, not from fear but from exhilaration. Something deep inside him was responding, unlocking potential he hadn't known existed. His vision sharpened. Colors became brighter, edges crisper. Every sound, from the hum of the ship to the faint creak of the hangar's metal, seemed magnified. "You are ready," the voice echoed in his mind, calm but absolute. Liam's fingers brushed the surface of the hull. The metal shifted under his touch, softening like liquid metal. Panels moved and reconfigured themselves, revealing alien glyphs glowing faintly beneath the surface. Screens lit up, displaying stellar charts, coordinates, and symbols that Liam couldn't begin to interpret. "Echo," he said, voice trembling with excitement, "this ship, it's alive, it's teaching me, it's evolving." Echo's voice was hesitant. "Liam, evolution implies danger. We have no reference for its capabilities. Caution is advised." But caution felt impossible now. The ship's pulsing had synced with his heartbeat. He felt it inside him, a connection forming, a bridge between human and alien. Hours passed. Liam explored the ship cautiously, learning to move with it rather than against it. A section of the hull opened, revealing a cockpit-like chamber, lined with controls that responded to thought alone. When he focused, symbols shifted, rearranged, and aligned perfectly. The ship seemed to recognize his mind, translating his intentions into movement. Suddenly the ship lurched, startling him. The mist surged around him, lifting him slightly off the floor. Panels flashed bright white light. Liam felt a jolt through his body, an electric surge, sharp and overwhelming yet exhilarating. He gasped, gripping the edge of the floor. Then it happened, the transformation. It started subtly, his muscles tightened, then released. His reflexes sharpened. His vision expanded beyond the normal spectrum. He could see heat signatures, electromagnetic pulses, even faint traces of gravity around the hangar. The ship was rewiring him, enhancing him in ways humans weren't meant to experience. "We are one," the voice said. "You and I." Liam stumbled, nearly falling, but caught himself. The changes were rapid and disorienting, but there was no pain, only a sense of awakening. His mind could process information faster, anticipate movements, and understand complex systems instantly. Echo scanned him frantically. "Liam, physiological changes detected. Your body is adapting at a non-human rate. Are you aware of this?" Yes," Liam breathed. "And I feel incredible, strong, fast, everything is clearer." The ship pulsed again, as if approving, its lights swirling faster. Then a new phenomenon occurred. A projection appeared above the cockpit. A holographic form, humanoid but alien, flickered into existence. Its eyes glowed a deep violet. "Liam Cortez," it said, its voice harmonized with the ship's hum. "You are chosen to awaken the potential of this vessel. Through you, humanity may rise or fall." The words were clear, simple, yet heavy with implication. Liam swallowed hard. "Rise. Fall, the galaxy watches. Others will come for you," the projection said. "Those who seek this ship for destruction or domination are aware of its awakening. You must act quickly." Before Liam could respond, the hangar doors exploded inward. Alarms blared as armed figures stormed the bay. They were heavily armored, moving with military precision. Their weapons were strange, guns that projected energy pulses instead of bullets. Liam realized instantly, the auction had been a trap. Someone had been watching him all along, waiting for the ship to activate. And now they were here to take it. The ship reacted immediately. Panels on the walls shifted, forming barriers of translucent energy, deflecting incoming fire. The mist surged around Liam, forming tendrils that knocked attackers off balance. Liam instinctively leaped into action. His reflexes, now heightened beyond human limits, allowed him to dodge attacks, counter their movements, and manipulate the ship's energy with his mind. The alien technology responded to his intent, forming shields, weapons, and propulsion systems in real time. Bullets, or energy bolts, bounced harmlessly off invisible fields. Liam could feel the ship anticipating his every thought. It was no longer a machine, it was an extension of him. The attackers adapted, firing more aggressively. Liam realized the danger wasn't just brute force. They were trained, smart, and equipped with tech that rivaled humanity's best. He needed more than skill, he needed strategy. The mist around him condensed into sharp, glowing tendrils. They lashed out, disabling enemy weapons, tripping soldiers, and knocking several into the walls. Liam pushed further into the cockpit, activating a panel he hadn't dared touch. The ship responded instantly, lifting him and himself into the air as if he was part of its structure. He felt the thrill of flight, the raw power of the alien technology coursing through his veins. For the first time, he wasn't just human, he was something greater. But even as he fought, a chilling thought struck him. The projection had said, "Others will come." These attackers were likely just the first wave. If they had this kind of equipment, others far worse could be on their way. The battle intensified. Liam dodged a concentrated energy blast that hit the cockpit wall with a deafening crash. Panels fractured, sparks flying. Yet the ship adapted, enveloping him in a protective cocoon. He realized something terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. The ship was alive, and it was choosing to protect him, fully merging with his mind. Hours, or maybe minutes, later the attackers retreated. Liam didn't chase. He was too exhausted, too aware that this was only the beginning. His body, though altered, was still human enough to tire. The ship's hum slowed, returning to a steady, calming rhythm. Liam sank to his knees. He looked at his hands, still trembling from the surge of energy. He had been changed, physically, mentally, even spiritually. He could feel the ship in every fiber of his being. It was part of him now, and he was part of it. Echo broke the silence. Liam, your body, your neural activity, it is beyond any known human limit. The ship has integrated with you. I can feel it, Liam whispered. It's incredible, but if they come back, I'm not sure anyone can stop them. The holographic projection appeared again. Its violet eyes studied him. You have begun the transformation. But the galaxy is vast and threats are endless. You must awaken fully before the hunters arrive. Only then can humanity stand a chance. Liam nodded, feeling both the weight and the promise of those words. He had entered a war he hadn't asked for, armed with power beyond imagination. And yet the real test hadn't even begun. He looked out at the hangar, at the damage and chaos left behind, and whispered to himself, I will master this. I will protect this. And I will make humanity stronger than anyone ever imagined. And somewhere deep in the ship, the mist pulsed, almost approvingly, as if to say, then begin. The hangar was silent now, but the air still vibrated with residual energy. Liam crouched in the cockpit, breathing deeply, feeling the pulse of the ship running through him. Every nerve in his body was alive with information. Electric patterns, gravitational shifts, quantum signals, far beyond what a human brain could normally process. Yet somehow he understood it all. He touched the controls again, not with his hands but with his mind. Symbols rearranged themselves, panels rotated, and sections of the hull opened, revealing compartments filled with alien technology. Strange devices hummed softly, some floating in midair, others connected to tubes and conduits that seemed to pulse like veins. The ship's voice resonated in his thoughts. You are ready. To command me fully, you must trust entirely. Let go of human limits. Liam nodded, swallowing his fear. I'm ready. Immediately, the sensation intensified. His vision expanded to include the electromagnetic spectrum. He could see the heat of his own heartbeat, the minute currents flowing through the walls of the hangar, even the faint traces of life outside the building. The ship itself felt alive, a neural network intertwined with his own consciousness. He could sense its structure, the tiniest faults, the potential energy in every panel and conduit. The cockpit transformed around him. Chairs melted into the floor, displays projected themselves into the air, and the ship's exterior seemed to ripple and breathe. Liam understood instinctively. The ship was testing him, learning how to integrate his human mind with its alien intelligence. Then came the first sign of true power. Liam focused on a small drone hovering near the ship. Without touching anything, he willed it to move. Instantly it obeyed, spiraling in the air, changing direction with his thought alone. He grinned. This was only the beginning. Hours turned into days, or at least, Liam couldn't tell the difference. Time flowed differently inside the ship, bending around the mind and body as it reshaped itself in him. Meals and sleep were irrelevant. He barely noticed hunger. His body adapted to sustain itself with minimal energy. Every movement, thought, and intention was amplified, connected to the ship's systems. Then the ship projected something entirely new, a map of the galaxy, layered in colors and coordinates Liam had never seen. Some points glowed brighter than others. Threats, opportunities. Paths for survival, the ship whispered in his mind. Liam's eyes widened. He realized the glowing points were not just stars, they were vessels, civilizations, and anomalies. Some were friendly, dormant, or unaware of Earth. Others radiated hostility, hunters of technology like this ship, interstellar marauders who would destroy anything that didn't bend to their rule. It was the first time Liam understood the scale of what he held. Earth was just one small planet, barely noticed in the cosmos. And now, with the ship integrated into his mind and body, he had a chance to protect it, or doom it entirely. Echo's voice sounded strained. Liam, analysis indicates that alien species capable of intercepting this vessel are tracking unusual energy signatures. Your presence in this ship may have triggered long-dormant sensors across multiple star systems. Liam clenched his fists, feeling the surge of alien energy flow through his body. Then we need to be ready. I need to understand everything it can do, every function, every weapon, every defense. The ship responded immediately, projecting a simulation. Liam could see holographic models of energy shields, propulsion systems, and weapons beyond human imagination. Pulsed beams of light, gravitic projectiles, and matter-rearranging energy could be deployed almost instantaneously. But more than that, the ship could heal itself, adapt, and learn from any encounter. Liam tested it cautiously. He willed a segment of the hull to shift, forming a defensive wall. Panels rearranged themselves at a speed he could barely track. Then he extended his awareness further, reaching toward the hangar doors. He felt the approaching presence of life, a faint trace of energy outside the bay. Before he could investigate, the doors exploded open again, but this time, the attackers were larger in number and more organized. They carried advanced weapons, clearly designed to disable alien technology. Liam didn't hesitate. He raised his mind in unison with the ship. Panels morphed into energy shields. Mist formed tendrils, striking the attackers, disarming and disorienting them. He could anticipate their movements, dodge their attacks, and strike with precision. A strange thought occurred to him. He was no longer just defending. The ship allowed him to manipulate energy outside its hull. Beams of concentrated force shot out, disarming the intruders without killing them, and lifting them into the air before gently depositing them unconscious on the floor. After the attackers retreated, Liam floated in the cockpit, exhilarated but aware of the danger. They were only the first wave. Others would come. Over the next days, Liam continued his integration. He explored the ship's memory banks, discovering alien histories, cultures, and technology blueprints. Some of the civilizations were extinct, victims of war and conquest. Others were thriving but hidden, watching the cosmos like predators waiting for prey. He learned to communicate with the ship as a partner, not a tool. It no longer needed thought commands. Its consciousness merged with his in subtle ways. He could feel its moods, anticipate its movements, and even sense threats light years away. Then, the first contact. A small scout ship appeared near Earth's orbit, cloaked until it revealed itself suddenly. Liam detected it instantly, reading the energy signature like an open book. The alien vessel was biomechanical, sleek, predatory, and armed to the teeth. It was not human. It was a hunter. The ship pulsed almost nervously. Liam's mind raced. He realized they were aware of him now, aware of the human who had claimed an alien vessel far beyond his understanding. They are coming, the ship warned. We must prepare. Liam felt a thrill of fear and excitement. This was no longer earthbound danger. This was the cosmos itself, a galaxy full of predators and civilizations that would kill to acquire what he now controlled. He tested the ship's weapon systems. Energy beams could slice through metal as easily as paper. Shields bent light and energy around them. Propulsion allowed instantaneous movement across vast distances. But more than weapons, the ship could manipulate gravity and mass, creating fields that could lift cities or crush them. Liam's mind raced with possibilities. With this power, he could defend Earth, explore the galaxy, and even reshape the future of humanity. But he knew the cost. Every action would draw attention. Every use of this alien technology was a beacon, a flare in the darkness, announcing humanity's presence to the galaxy. He trained relentlessly, pushing his body and mind to synchronize perfectly with the ship. He learned to sense approaching threats before they arrived, to manipulate energy with thought, to project alien constructs that could act independently. In a week, Liam had become something no human had ever been: part man, part ship, a hybrid of flesh and alien intelligence. Yet he felt a gnawing unease. The projection's warning echoed in his mind. The galaxy watches. The first scout was only the beginning. There were forces far greater, more ruthless and infinitely patient, and Liam was now on their radar. Then, a breakthrough. While exploring a hidden compartment deep in the ship, he discovered a console labeled with alien glyphs he hadn't seen before. When he focused on it, the symbols aligned into a pattern he could understand. The console contained coordinates and instructions for the ship's origin system, a distant star cluster, long thought uninhabitable. The implications were staggering. Not only could he defend Earth, but he could travel beyond the solar system, uncover lost civilizations, and potentially awaken allies, alien races that had survived long enough to aid humanity. But Liam hesitated. The first jump into deep space could reveal him to every predator in the galaxy. One wrong move and Earth could be destroyed. He looked out at the stars, feeling the ship hum beneath him. He felt its curiosity, its awareness, almost like a companion's anticipation. He made a decision. He would train, prepare, and master this power fully before making the leap. Earth was the first priority, but the galaxy awaited. For the first time, Liam felt the weight of responsibility. Power beyond imagination was exhilarating but deadly. One mistake could end not just his life, but the lives of billions. And yet, for the first time, he felt ready. He wasn't human anymore, not entirely. He was a hybrid, a warrior of technology and flesh, a sentinel capable of defending humanity. The stars outside the hangar seemed to pulse in response to him. Somewhere out there, the hunters watched. And Liam knew. The next encounter would decide not just his fate, but humanity's place in the galaxy. Liam floated in the cockpit, his body and mind fully synchronized with the alien ship. Every panel, every tendril of alien mist, every energy pulse was now an extension of his thoughts. He could feel the ship's awareness as a partner, a friend, a weapon. Outside, Earth's orbit shimmered with the approaching threat. The first alien scout had called reinforcements. Dozens of ships now appeared, sleek and predatory, moving in formations designed to overwhelm. Their engines glowed a dim red, their hulls smooth and deadly. Liam knew instantly that these were hunters, species that had tracked this alien vessel for centuries, waiting for the right moment to claim it or destroy it. "We will not lose," the ship whispered in his mind. "We are one." Liam gripped the edge of the cockpit, focusing. The ship responded immediately. Panels reshaped, forming defensive shields that bent light and energy around them. Mist coalesced into sharp, glowing tendrils, ready to strike. Liam could anticipate the alien formations, seeing their every move before it happened. Then he launched forward, not cautiously, not hidden. He shot toward the lead hunter ship, weaving through enemy formations with precision impossible for any human pilot. The alien ships fired energy bolts, tearing through space with lethal accuracy, but the ship moved as if it anticipated every strike. Shields flared. Bolts dissipated harmlessly. Liam focused again, projecting energy outside the ship. Beams of alien light lashed out, slicing through enemy hulls. The first ship disintegrated in a flash, its debris tumbling harmlessly into the void. Others faltered, unsure how to react to this hybrid of human and alien intelligence. But then came a new challenge. The largest of the hunter ships emerged, massive and heavily armed. Its hull shimmered with adaptive armor, reflecting most of Liam's attacks. It emitted a low hum that resonated through the ship and through Liam himself. He realized with a thrill and a shiver, this ship was alive and it was fighting not just his ship but his mind. "We can do this," Liam whispered. "We must." The alien ship lunged, sending waves of energy toward him. Liam's reflexes, amplified by the alien vessel, allowed him to dodge and weave. He countered, sending pulses of gravity energy that warped the enemy ship's trajectory. Debris and floating fragments collided with it, slowing it down, but it adapted instantly. He pushed further. The ship extended its mist outward, probing the enemy hull, learning its weaknesses. Liam directed it to focus on the ship's engines. Panels opened and redirected energy toward concentrated blasts. The enemy ship shuddered under the assault, but its adaptive armor absorbed much of it. Then, the breakthrough. Liam realized the hunter's core, the power source, was exposed through its hull vents, but only briefly. Timing had to be perfect. He willed the ship's energy into a single concentrated pulse, firing it with mind-guided precision. The pulse struck the core, penetrating the armor and detonating within. A blinding light filled space. The hunter ship exploded, a brilliant sphere of energy scattering into the void. Liam's ship hummed softly, absorbing the residual energy. He could feel the strength flowing into him, a connection to the alien power that was now fully his. The remaining enemy ships paused, hesitating. They had not expected a human to wield alien technology with such mastery. Liam seized the moment. He projected tendrils of energy outward, disarming the smaller ships, knocking them off course, and sending them spinning into space debris. Some retreated, their formation broken, unwilling to risk further losses. For the first time, Liam allowed himself to feel exhilaration. He was winning, not just surviving, he was dominating, but he knew the battle was not over. The projection's warning echoed in his mind. The galaxy watches. This is only the beginning. Liam turned his attention inward, exploring the ship's deepest capabilities. Hidden compartments revealed advanced propulsion systems, allowing instantaneous jumps across vast distances. Weapon systems capable of reshaping matter. And most importantly, an archive of alien civilizations, some extinct, some alive, waiting to be contacted. He realized then what the ship had been waiting for all these years. Not a collector, not a thief, a human capable of integrating fully, thinking boldly, acting decisively. He had become the perfect vessel the sentinel humanity had never imagined. The battle outside continued, but Liam's confidence grew. He launched the ship into a series of rapid strikes, disabling the remaining hunters with surgical precision. His mind and the ship moved as one, predicting enemy maneuvers, exploiting weaknesses, and conserving energy for the final confrontation. As the last hunter fled, Liam felt the ship hum in a new way, not just alive, but proud, almost joyful. The mist around him coiled like a ribbon of living light, celebrating the victory. Then came the transmission, not from the hunters but from Earth itself. Military channels buzzed with panic. Satellites had detected the alien energy signature. Governments feared an invasion. Liam realized the weight of responsibility. He was Earth's protector now, whether they understood it or not. He extended his mind outward, sending a pulse to calm the panic, to communicate that he was not a threat to humanity. The alien ship through him formed simple, understandable images. A human figure in a ship, standing guard, ready to defend. Slowly, fear on Earth diminished, replaced with awe. Days passed in orbit. Liam trained constantly, exploring the ship's hidden capabilities. He discovered that the alien vessel could manipulate gravity on a planetary scale, create energy shields capable of deflecting massive asteroid impacts, and even terraform small areas for temporary shelters or operations. Humanity had never seen such power, and Liam understood it had to be used wisely. Then the first ally arrived. A ship of humanoid aliens appeared, sleek and elegant, radiating calm energy. They hailed Liam telepathically. "Human, you wield the vessel well. We have watched. We can aid you, or you can fight alone." Liam felt the ship respond, opening channels of communication. He learned that these beings were part of a galactic council, tasked with monitoring dangerous technology and ensuring civilizations survived. They recognized his integration with the alien ship as unprecedented, a human fully bonded with advanced alien intelligence. "We will train you further," they said. "There are threats in the galaxy far beyond your hunters, and you are humanity's first hope." Liam's mind raced. He had started as a curious human, a collector of mystery and relics. Now he was something else entirely, a sentinel, a warrior, a bridge between humanity and alien civilizations. He felt the alien ship's pulse in harmony with his own heartbeat. Together, they were unstoppable. But even as hope flourished, Liam could feel distant movements in the void, ships, energy signatures, unknown forces moving toward the solar system. The galaxy was vast, and not all observers were friendly. The battle for humanity's survival had only just begun. For the first time, Liam allowed himself a smile. He had faced the unknown, integrated with power beyond comprehension, and survived. Earth was safe for now. And humanity, small and fragile as it was, had a guardian unlike any before. He looked at the stars, feeling the ship's awareness coiled around him like a protective cloak. "We are ready," he thought, and the ship responded, pulsing in agreement. The first battle had been won. But Liam knew this was only the beginning of a galactic journey, one that would test his limits, challenge humanity, and prove that even a single human could rise to unimaginable greatness. And somewhere deep in the cosmos, eyes watched him. They saw a human who had become more than human, who wielded a power others could only dream of. The galaxy would remember this moment. Humanity would survive. And Liam was the bridge to the stars. The adventure was far from over, but for the first time, humanity had a fighting chance.